What's going on, guys? HK Titan here with another balloons video. And first things first, as always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So today's video, we're going to be continuing along with our Balloons Tower Defense 6 walkthrough / playthrough / guide. And for today's guide, we're going to be jumping onto a Candy Falls Impoppable mode. So for this mode, we will be using Quincy as our hero, and we will have our monkey knowledge turned off. Of course, we have our monkey knowledge turned off because I want to make sure that no matter what level you are, no matter how much monkey knowledge you have unlocked, you're going to be able to use this guide in order to beat Candy Falls Impoppable mode. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Alright, there we go, Impoppable. So the first thing that we're going to be starting off with is we are going to be starting off with our hero, Quincy. So when we place our Quincy down, we want to place him right about here, just like so. There we go, and we want to make sure that we're covering all of this starting portion of Candy Falls. So now that we have our hero placed down, we can go ahead and speed things up a bit, and we can go ahead and get started on saving up for our ninja. Because yes, we are going to be going for the ninja again, because of course, guys, the ninja with the alchemist combo to start off, no matter what mode you're on, unless you're on half cash mode, is always a really good starting point, no matter what mode you're playing on. Alright, so without further ado, we should be able to afford our ninja here in just 1 second. So we're going to be going for the Apache Prime strat again. Of course, I just used it in the Lotus Island, so I figured let's go ahead and use it a few more times. That way you guys can go ahead and use it a couple of times and you guys just don't have one map to use it on. I wanted to show you guys that you can use the Apache Prime strat on multiple different maps, using it in conjunction with multiple different towers. So the tower that I've chosen to use the Apache Prime with is we're going to be using the Apache Prime with the Ice Monkey, because I feel like the Ice Monkey really doesn't get too much love, and the Ice Monkey is actually really good, especially when you start getting to late game. Matter of fact, when we start getting to some of the more difficult maps, we're actually going to need to use the Ice Monkey a lot, because we do need some sort of slow. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to do it with either the bomb shooter, the glue gunner, or the Ice Monkey. So I'm kind of introducing you guys to using the Ice Monkey here in this Impoppable mode. Alright, now that we have our 101 monkey, we're going to go ahead and upgrade to Sharp Shurikens as soon as we can. And while we're waiting to upgrade to a double shot, I wanted to say thank you guys for watching, and of course thank you guys for all the support on the channel. The support on the channel has been absolutely amazing. And then also, I'm going to do a little bit more editing on this video. The one thing that you guys are going to have to remember to do without me is, of course, you guys need to make sure that you're collecting the monkey banks, because we are going to be using monkey banks like we do on a majority of our Impoppable guides. The reason why we use the monkey banks is because I don't want you guys to struggle with not being able to afford a bunch of the towers that I use. Alright, there we go. There's our double shot. Now we can start saving up for our alchemist. Now, I don't want you guys to place any towers up here. If you guys are following the guides exactly how I do it, then you guys shouldn't have to worry about this. But we're going to be saving this area up top here for our monkey banks, because of course we need quite a bit of area for 3 monkey banks, which is exactly what we're going to be using. Alright, and there we go, we can afford our alchemist. So when you're placing down your alchemist, you want to place him at the very bottom here, right next to this pathway. Of course, once we upgrade him to larger potions and then acidic mixture dip, the alchemist is actually going to be able to hit this bottom row here, assisting our ninja in popping all of the different balloons. So back to the fast forward bits. So once we actually get the Apache Dart ship up and running and stuff like that, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the point where we get the Apache Prime. The reason why I'm going to fast forward until we get Apache Prime is because we don't need to use a single ability all the way up until the point where we actually can afford Apache Prime. So the moment that we're actually going to be buying the heli pilot is once we get all 3 banks set up, much similar to what we've done in the past. But don't worry, guys, I'm going to keep you guys here all the way up until the point that we actually get the Apache Dart ship. And that's just because, or the reason why I want to fast forward to a few rounds is just because there's a lot of just waiting around to gather money and all of that fun stuff. And then once we actually get the banks on the field, we'll explain to you how to collect them and all that fun stuff. That way you guys can go ahead and afford all the towers that I can afford without having to sit through an extra 12 minutes of gameplay. Because if I didn't add the speedy bits and stuff like that, some of these guys can be anywhere. Oops, I did not want to buy the stronger stimulant there, but no worries, guys. We're still going to be good. I actually want to go for balloon jitsu there, but no matter which way you do it, you can buy the stronger stimulant first, or you could go balloon jitsu. They both pretty much equal out to each other. But if you guys want to know what I wanted to do there, I actually wanted to buy balloon jitsu there first. So again, buy balloon jitsu and then go for the stronger stimulant. Alright, so we should be able to afford balloon jitsu here in just 1 second. And like I said, it really doesn't make too big a difference which one you buy first, but for the sake of the guide, I actually wanted to buy the balloon jitsu first, opposed to buying the upgrade for the alchemist first. Alright, and then much similar to what we've done in the past, we're going to buy a stronger stimulant. So as soon as we can afford to do that, we're going to do that. And then on round 40, we are also going to be using Quincy's ability on round 40. So I'll go ahead and slow it down once we get towards the end of round 39, and then we'll go ahead and I'll pretty much try and time it with you guys in order to use Quincy's ability. Alright, and we should be able to afford stronger stimulant here in just 1 second. There we go, there's our stronger stimulant. And now we can start saving up for our monkey banks, because we have stronger stimulant, we also have our balloon jitsu, and of course we have our Quincy in the very front here. Alright, so as soon as we can afford to buy our first banana farm, we're going to go ahead and grab our first banana farm and place it way up top here, and then we can go ahead and speed things up. Try and keep your mouse cursor as far up as possible while we're waiting for round 39 to end. And you guys will know when round 39 is about to end, because you guys are going to get some rainbow balloons that pop on screen, and you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about right here. Perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and buy valuable bananas, and then let's get ready to pop Quincy's ability. Of course, I went ahead and slowed it down for you guys, that way you guys can go ahead and play along here. And we're periodically just going to go ahead and collect those bananas. Alright, so let's go ahead and activate Quincy's ability right now. Now we can fast forward things, because of course we did enough damage to the Moab balloon for our balloon jitsu ninja to go ahead and finish it off. Alright, and we should have enough money saved up for our first monkey bank here in just 1 second. And then, like I said, as soon as we get the Apache Dart ship online, that's when I'm going to go ahead and speed things up just a little bit. Alright, and our first monkey bank is coming up here in just 1 second. There we go, perfect. And now, just like we've done in previous guides, we're gonna go ahead and buy a second banana farm, and then a second monkey bank, and then we're just going to keep doing it like that. I'm pretty sure there may be better ways for getting money and stuff like that, but for my guides and stuff like that, this works just fine. So like I said, you really don't need to pay attention to any of these balloons. The main thing that you just need to pay attention to is collecting all of the bananas from the banana farms, and then of course buying the monkey banks. And then get into the habit of checking to see how much money you actually have in your banana bank, because you want to make sure that you're not wasting any money. I know I've done it quite a bit in the past, where I've wasted just a couple of bananas that I could have collected, as well as I missed a little bit of money that I could have collected in the banana bank as well. Alright, we should be able to afford our third banana bank here in just 1 second. There we go, there's our third banana farm. I meant banana farm, not banana bank. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and see how much money we have. 2,164. So that's going to take a few rounds to get up to 7,000. Because, of course, if you have your monkey knowledge turned off, or you do not have the monkey bank monkey knowledge, of course, the banks are going to cap out at 7,000. If I remember correctly, the banks, if you have the monkey knowledge turned on with the banks, you're going to end up being able to cap out at 9,000, opposed to being able to, instead of being limited to 7. Alright, so the order that we need to check our banks is top right, bottom right, and then this one on the left. Alright, now that we have all of this set up and going, let's go ahead and grab ourselves our heli pilot. So when we place down our heli pilot, we want to place him right next to the river as far as we can get him. And then we're going to go ahead and buy quad darts, pursuit, and then we're going to get razor rotors as well, which we should be able to afford that here in just 1 second. There we go, perfect. Now we're going to save up the rest of our money for our Apache Dart ship, which it shouldn't take us too long, because we do have these banana farms. But I'm actually going to fast forward to the point where we can afford the Apache Dart ship, again, just to make sure that these guys aren't too long. And before I send you guys away, make sure that you guys collect your banks, which you guys are going to see me do on the fast forward bit. So I'll see you guys as soon as we are able to afford the Apache Dart ship. Alright guys, and I'm going to go ahead and bring you back right now. We have $7,000 in our banana farm, so we're going to go ahead and collect that, upgrade our heli pilot to Apache Dart ship, and then buy faster darts and then faster firing. Now we're going to do a couple things really quick. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to upgrade our alchemist up to faster throwing. Following that, we're going to go ahead and check on this top left bank, and of course we have $7,000 in there, so let's go ahead and collect that. We probably wasted just a little bit of money there, but it's not a super big deal because it shouldn't have been too much. Alright, now we're going to check the top right. We have 3,300. Following that, let's go ahead and throw down our monkey village. So with this monkey village, we're going to upgrade to jungle jumps and then radar scanner. Now that we have all of this, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to fast forward all the way until we can afford Apache Prime, because there's really nothing to do all the way up until that point. So I will see you guys, I think at round 76 is when we should be able to afford it. But anyways, guys, I will see you at round 76. Alright guys, I know I said I was going to bring you back on 76, but I'm actually going to bring you back midway through 75. And the reason why I need to bring you back at 75 is because we're going to use Quincy's Aerostorm ability on 76 for the massive group of regen ceramics that we're going to get. So I just want to make sure that you guys could like keep up with what I'm doing on 76. Alright, so as you guys can see, we have this massive group here. We're going to go ahead and activate Quincy's Aerostorm. And there you go, guys. That is how you beat 76. And if you pay attention, the top left, now we can afford our Apache Prime. There we go, perfect. Now we can go ahead and speed things back up. And if you guys were following along, hopefully you were keeping up with me periodically checking the banana farms. But now that we have our Apache Dart ship up in, or our Apache Prime up and running, we are good to go to start working towards buying other towers and stuff like that. So, like I said, we are going to be going with the Ice Monkey opposed to going with any other tower. And you guys are going to be able to see just how good the Ice Monkey actually is. Because I know when I first started to play the game, I was like, man, this Ice Monkey just isn't that good. Like, what's the point? Because you have so many other towers that work really well. But the Ice Monkey, when you start getting towards like the advanced maps, the expert maps, you actually need to have the Ice Monkey in order to deal with some of the balloons, because you need to slow them all down in order for your towers to actually have time to pop them. So while I was talking there, we should almost be full on this bank. Perfect. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and we don't need to slow this down, but we're going to grab ourselves one monkey village, two monkey villages, and then we're going to go ahead and buy a monkey business on both of these. Now this isn't a necessity. You don't need to buy the monkey commerce. I just got into a habit of it because you're going to get cheaper prices and all of that fun stuff. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and buy primary training and primary mentoring. And now you guys can see, or now you guys may be able to start to see where we're going with this. We're just going to super buff our Ice Monkey here. So we're going to place him right about there. That should be about perfect. And then we're going to go towards the bottom pathway. Now, if you can see, we got the first upgrade for free, and that we're also getting a cheaper, or we're getting a discount on all of the upgrades up to a tier 3. And then if you guys are unfamiliar with what the actual primary mentoring does, is primary mentoring actually buffs all primary towers. Of course, the Ice Monkey being a primary tower, he's going to get a range increase as well as I think a pierce increase as well. Alright, so I'll go ahead and pull this up really quick so you guys can see. So what primary training does is all primary monkeys in the race gets more range, pierce, and projectile speed. And then on top of that, the primary mentoring also gives the first tier upgrade free, and it also increases range and reduces ability cooldowns. So that's why I went ahead and went with the primary mentoring on the monkey village. And it's just to go ahead and buff up our ice monkey right here. And we can go ahead and collect that bank, and then we should be getting close to being able to collect this one as well. Of course, the icicle impale is $36,000, which is kind of hefty, but it's not that big a deal. All right, we're on round 85. Remember, at round 90, that's when we start getting the DDTs. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to wait just a second to buy Icicle Impale. We're going to come back over here to this monkey village. And we're going to buy the Monkey Intelligence Bureau. And that's just to make sure that all of our towers over on this area of the map have the ability to hit the DDTs and actually pop them. Alright, let's go ahead and double check our banks really quick. Once we have $10,000 in our monkey banks, we're going to go ahead and collect all. And that's going to be able to give us Icicle Impale, as well as we're going to be able to buy another tower on top of that. Now, one thing you guys may notice I'm doing differently with this one is I'm not going with the Engineer first. We're actually going to be going for the Engineer after we get the Icicle Impale. Alright, let's go ahead and alright, let's go ahead and check our monkey banks. We have 1,000 in this bank. We have 8,211 total. Alright, and we actually don't even need to collect the banks to afford our Icicle Impale. We're actually going to be able to afford it well before we get 10,000. So we're actually going to leave this because we're going to go ahead and collect that as soon as we have enough to buy our overclock on our Engineer Monkey. Alright, perfect. So overclock on the Engineer Monkey is roughly going to run us around 20,000. So we're going to go ahead and wait until we have 20,000 to go ahead and collect. Let's go ahead and collect this first one. So that's 12,000. So we need 7,000, 6,000 between these two banks. So there we go. We have 7K. Let's go ahead and place down our Engineer Monkey in the very back. We're going to go ahead and upgrade him all the way to overclock. Now we aren't going to need to use overclock until the bad balloon, or we can go ahead and use it on round 70 or 97 or 98. But you guys are going to see that 98 gets absolutely shredded from the Icicle Impale paired with the Apache Prime. Alright, so we're going to place our Alchemist here just out of range of our Quincy, but within range of our Ice Monkey to go ahead and give him that little bit of a boost. And let's go ahead and check it. Our Icicle Impale is getting that little bit of a boost, and our Quincy is not, which is perfect. Following this, we're going to go for one more thing. We're going to go for a secondary Alchemist on our Apache Prime, because if you guys are unsure at how the Alchemist works, the Alchemist gives the tower a buff, which is going to be this little buff above his head. Now, that little buff will only last for a certain amount of shots. So, say the brew lasts for 100 shots, right? So, if the Apache Prime shoots 100 shots, then as soon as those 100 shots are done with, the Apache Prime is no longer going to have that buff. So, if we have two Alchemists on our Apache Prime, that should mean we have a high uptime for our Berserker Brew. As you guys can see, it's pretty much appearing and then disappearing, and that is simply because the Apache Prime fires so fast. Whereas if we look at the Ice Monkey here, the brew pretty much has a 100% uptime. Alright, so the balloons are making it a little bit further than we would like, so we're going to go ahead and overclock our Apache Prime there. And of course, the Apache Prime is going to stay overclocked for a majority of round 99, which makes easy work of round 99. Following that, we're going to go ahead and overclock our Apache Prime as soon as our overclock is set and ready to go. And this should be able to finish off the bad balloon right quick and in a hurry. But anyways, guys, while we're waiting for this bad balloon to pop, I just wanted to thank each and every one of you guys one more time. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope these guys are helping you out. On top of that, I also really support, or I really appreciate the support on the channel. It has, again, been absolutely amazing. But anyways, guys, you already know what time it is. I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your lives. And of course, I will see you guys in the next one.